How peaceful, the girl with the black mask thought while looking at the high sky through the window. She was in her classroom, silently sitting away from her noisy classmates, putting her headphones on, and listening to music. It has been only 1 month since school started, and now she is a proud second-year high schooler. Blackie. She looked left to the high-pitched voice that called her name. It was her closest friend, and Green was her name. Looking at the sky again, huh? Green murmured with a small sigh. She knows that Blackie was seeking calmness, yet that black-masked girl should join her group of friends rather than binding by the background. If you have nothing else to do, why not join me and the girls at the library today as well? Green has asked this question like she did yesterday and the week before. She knows that Blackie won't come with her unless she was invited. Blackie hesitated at first, then nodded and started packing up her things in a hurry. Must be much hard work to be a friend to this kind of girl. However, Green never thought about her that way. She knows that Blackie is a pretty awkward introverted girl. And she knows that under the black mask that covers her face, a gentle smile exists. Oh my, everyone is finally here, I see. Wendy with the longest hair in the group said, one of the 3 girls sitting around a table, as soon as she saw Blackie entering the library with Green. Oh! Blackie here too? Now the party can start. The other girl with the neatest golden ponytail, Sandy, giggled in excitement. Meanwhile the last girl, Red, glared sharply at Blackie for a moment and then went back to her phone. Blackie bowed her head respectfully in response and found her place next to Sandy. So, what were you guys talking about while I'm gone? Green asked, lifting her eyebrows. About global warming, dummy, Red replied sarcastically, and so on the chatting continued. They say this is a library, yet, with the absence of the honorable library's night and it being so empty of students, it has become those girls' meeting room before going home or at lunchtime, away from the rest of their classmates. Man, the boys in our class are so annoying. My, you thought so too? It's like they've been getting cockier over time, and the girls. Well, there are only 6 boys between like 15 girls - 14. The guys are fine, the other girls are just a little friendly. Not fair. I want to rock it with everybody too. Speaking of it, did you see Barry's post? Blackie was listening to her friends talking. She wants to chat with them, but she never got a chance to jump into the conversation as the flow changed with every word. Hey, I'm going out for a second, Red said after she stood up, holding her phone next to her ear. Green followed her with her eyes till Red passed the door and said, and there she goes again. Want to bet on how long is she gonna stay on the phone this time? 5 minutes for me. I say 8, she needs to enjoy her sweet call from her boy, Wendy answered with a smirk. She looked to Blackie way only to find her lifting 10 fingers. Then minutes from Blackie, what about you? Sandy. Red has a boyfriend? I didn't know that. Sandy yelled, unable to hide her confusion, leaving Green laughing. Girl, look like you been sleeping, even Blackie knew that much, right? Blackie nodded. She didn't dare to say that today as well was the first time she hear about Red's boy. In the first place, she was never interested in her classmates' relationships or her own position in the eyes of the boys. She already acknowledged the fact that romantic high school life isn't her thing. She wasn't that attractive and hardly had any simple conversations with any one of them. She has also known, the first time she entered the classroom, compared to the pretty girls around her, who prefer wearing a black mask most of the day, barely can be noticed in that specific way. Why try if the results aren't going to change anyway? She thought to herself. Blackie had better things to do. You're going home? But you just came. Sandy murmured when she saw Blackie jumping out of the chair. Wendy smiled and stated while seeing her out. We'll tell you about the betting results tomorrow. You know you're always welcome here. Take care, Blackie. Oh. Don't forget to send me the homework please, thanks and bye. Blackie laughed at Green's last remark and nodded before she finally gets back to her way out. It's still early to go home, but for this girl, it's quite the opposite. She was used to going home even earlier. It took her about a month to form new friendships, better than last year when she only had Green along with an old friend by her side. She looked up to the sky, and the gorgeous blue met her before getting mixed with orange stripes. That calm color was her favorite. without it she feels lost, and for it to walk her home is her honor. She doesn't want much, but to continue this colorful peaceful life.